Right, okay, I'm gonna have another go at this Cattleya. So this is Cattleya Brazilian Star. I repotted it, but just to kind of get it to dry out. So it's kind of dried out all here where it was once extremely wet. The roots aren't looking too amazing, but what I want to do is empty out all this lava rock, get it into the pot so it covers all this. This will be under the rock, but it's not going to stay wet because the lava rock is you know, it's not going to retain all that moisture. So I think that'll be absolutely fine. So the plan is empty this out, get this under, the roots looking weak, and hopefully in spring when things start to warm up, we can get some new roots and a bit new life on this. But whilst it's inactive, we're going to get have a new go at this. So let's carefully dump all this out. So we can see here, you know, we've got just, this is still all a little bit damp. So it's looking okay, some of it, but oh, really, I wish it was doing better. So there's a bit of sphagnum in there, not a lot. I might get a little bit more in, because that's the only thing holding any moisture. So I'll quickly go and get some more sphagnum, mix that in, and then we'll get it potted. It's already wet, this sphagnum, so it'll mix in quite easily. I looked up for the Cattleyas, what is their natural kind of growing conditions, and it is really rock with, you know, some organic material in there. So if we get this in there nicely, it should work. So at the bottom. Right, this is going to be the tricky bit here, because it's just the way it's grown. Oh god, ugly is what I'd call it, ugly. So let's try and get more of this damn plant in the pot this time. So we want it looking a bit more like that, so it's all in. So a little bit at a time. That sphagnum in there. We want it to dry out, but not instantly. And it is, you know, we are in January. We're not even in January now, we're in Feb. So let's get that topped up. See, this is already looking better. It's standing it right. I mean, that, you know, the kind of the pseudobulb on the side there is buried, but I don't think I'm worried about that. I just don't think it's going to get wet enough. And I'm not even going to water this in, because there's still a little bit of moisture. You know, I think some of these roots still need a chance to dry out just that little bit more. I mean, they're still green. So let's give them a chance to dry out some more. Alright, so that's looking much nicer. Let's try and get these. Just going to cover up these roots. Not stop them from drying out as much. See, it's nice. There's a really dry root there. You know, I might actually get a bit of, try and put a bit of sphagnum on it just to see if we can regenerate it. Let's get these bits out the inside there. Right, so there we go, that's looking better than it was. Right, it's actually upright at least. And then in another video, I'll talk a little bit about my plans to do an IKEA pegboard for upstairs in my house. With using some grow lights and a heat mat. So my plan is I'll have a heat mat behind a pegboard, and I'm just going to try and grow some miniatures, you know, some kind of Phalaenopsis lobii and whatnot. I don't know how I got all of this lava rock in the first place. It seems to have ended up with usually loads left over. So let's get down there. We've got, obviously got a root in there. Might get a bit of, might cover that up a little bit just to, you know, and then we can put a bit of rock on it just to weigh it down into place. And hopefully that gives that a new lease of life. But I'll do another video on it in a month or so and see if anything's happening as the temperatures warm up. You know, I'd hope for some new growth at least. You know, in the coming months. So let's get my nice little labelling made on the laser. I'm going to do a few more of these different colours and whatnot. So there he is. Cattleya Brazilian Star. Hopefully we get a flower out of this in a year. I mean, it's not looking as nice as I'd want you. It's got this kind of waxy, wrinkled on this. I really think the watering on this was either overdone or underdone. You know, when I got it, it was really, you know, wet and rotting. So, you know, we're hopefully gonna let it dry out a little bit more than it was. It might help it. So I'll get that back on the shelf. I'll show you the shelf, but there's plenty of dirty dishes beforehand. So thank you for watching.